Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today on this splendid day, the day after Porto 0, Chelsea 2 in the first leg of the UEFA Champions League quarterfinals, where we've got 2 away goals. You saw my joy, you saw how happy I was yesterday. The match review said it all, and the watch along said it all. So for all of you that tuned in to both of those, much appreciated. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope all of you are feeling good today. I'm sure you are. But flipping hell, Chelsea marching on to the second leg of the Champions League quarterfinals with 2 away goals, a massive advantage on 1 foot in the Champions League semi-finals. So it's going to get tasty. It's going to get tasty. But today we are going to discuss transfer news, because there have been a couple of developments, not just one thing but 2 things, and I'm going to run it through with all of you here. But before I do that, I'm going to ask you guys, if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, patreon.com/YTF. All links are here in the bar below that you can see on your screen right now, so feel free to check out all my social media links over there and get 25% off any store-run products, link in the description. Now, this is going to be very, very interesting. Declan Rice, if you remember, was a big transfer target for Chelsea Football Club when Frank Lampard was Chelsea manager. And apparently one of the reasons as to why, I wouldn't say there was a falling out, but why Chelsea are not pursuing Declan Rice or have been quite hesitant was because Frank Lampard kept asking and asking and asking, apparently. And Chelsea feel humiliated to an extent to go in and spend that much money on a player who was an ex-academy product of Chelsea. You know, it's a bit of a slap in the face. Like, we had this kid as a boy in our academy, he's gone to West Ham, done big things, and now we got to spend 80 million on this geezer. Chelsea are apparently quite hesitant in doing that. Frank Lampard wanted Declan Rice a lot. That was, according to reports, one of the reasons why the relationship broke down between Lampard and hierarchy and all of that. So, moving with that information forward, we all thought, that's it, we're not going to hear Declan Rice's name again. And, in terms of any Chelsea supporter, I think it's right to say that none of us really want to spend 80 or 90 million on Declan Rice. I think, I've said it multiple times on this channel. I've said Declan Rice, top player, is probably a piece of the puzzle as to what we need right now. We need a good, solid DM, and someone that can move with the ball, someone that is quick and agile, as well as solid and a good defensive midfielder overall. Declan Rice ticks those boxes. And, ex-Chelsea boy, Mason Mount's best friend. I mean, it works. It just works. And even with him in the team, you have to acknowledge that there is an English bond there. You've got Ben Chilwell, you've got Reece James, you've got Mason Mount, you've got Declan Rice. I mean, it's getting very heavily English. And for the national team, that helps England a lot. If they can get loads of chemistry going, that does help. Now, that's not, I'm guessing that's not what everyone wants to hear. Because we all know about the English bias that I think many international fans were getting quite frustrated with in relation to Frank Lampard and picking certain players, and there was the whole English bias thing, which personally I don't think is necessarily a thing. I think that's a fan-made concept. However, I'm just saying, with Declan Rice in the team, it helps chemistry. It helps chemistry. Southgate would be for it, absolutely. But anyway, Declan Rice, top player, but spending 80 or 90 million on him, not so sure. Well, now we have a development. And it means that Chelsea wouldn't necessarily need to splash out that much money, but they can still get Declan Rice to the club. You're probably asking, well, how is that going to happen? How is that possible? Well, let's get stuck into the information I have on my screen right now, given to us by Simon Phillips, who has quoted a very, very reliable West Ham source, ex-WHU employee. If you know who he is, you know who he is. Check this out. Tammy Abraham is now West Ham's #1 striker target for the summer, via West Ham Central citing ex-West Ham United employee as the source. This is where, it gets tasty at this point, because we have a player in Tammy Abraham who isn't playing. Let's have it right. He's just not playing. Now, some of you probably think he deserves the opportunity. He deserves the chance. He should be on the pitch. Some of you are probably saying, you know, he is still technically Chelsea's top goal scorer, so why is he not playing? We all know Thomas Tuchel really, and part of the reason why he was brought in was to get the German, players going in terms of scoring and assisting and really trying to get themselves on the map. And Timo Werner's one of them. Tuchel was brought in not just to save Chelsea, the team, and try and get something from this season because we were heading so far downhill, it was ridiculous, but to get Timo Werner via him. He's not just going to give up on him. So I can understand why we've seen Timo Werner feature quite a lot despite his struggles. Tammy Abraham, though, he's not getting a sniff in the team. And, you know, do I think, as I've already mentioned in the previous video, do I think Tammy Abraham can make it? He has the potential to. Do I think he's going to, though? Not really. Not really. And I think him heading off to a club like West Ham guarantees him first team football every single week. At Chelsea right now, he's just not going to get that. Regardless of our opinions, regardless if you think he should or shouldn't, wherever you are on each side of the argument, that doesn't matter now. If Tammy Abraham goes to West Ham, he's playing every single minute. It's as simple as that. And for him, he would love that. He's still in London. West Ham are doing big things now. I mean, flipping out. West Ham, David Moyes fighting for top 4. There is no way in hell anyone would have predicted that at the start of the season. We all done prediction videos. No one put West Ham fighting for top 4. No one. And if anyone did, they can stick the video link in the comment section below and I'll check it out and I'll hold you to your word. Because I guarantee no one said it. Except the most die-hard West Ham fan who really truly didn't believe it. But just said it because he's die-hard and now it's happening. It's only consequence. It's unbelievable. So the circumstances are there for Tammy Abraham. As I've said, stays in London, doesn't have to move, isn't that far, fighting for top 4, doing good things at West Ham, playing every single week, has good players around him. He could be make weight for a Declan Rice deal to Chelsea. Now, we all acknowledged already that Declan Rice to Chelsea, well, we thought was dead because Frank Lampard's left. Well, when you look at it, the only problem that Chelsea have, because let's have it right, Declan Rice is interested. Declan Rice would love to move back to Chelsea. He would love it. And that's not me saying it. There's some very well-known, credible information that, you know, some people know from Declan Rice is that he would take that deal in an instant. But it's Chelsea's hesitancy to spend 80 or 90 million on him, which they don't want to do, especially for a player who we once had. But if Tammy Abraham is going to be the make weight, and it means we only have to splash out 25 or 30 million pounds on top, I think Chelsea would very, very much consider doing that. Very much consider doing that. So, would you do it? Let me know. Personally, I would. I think it's a beneficial deal for all parties. I think for West Ham, they get their striker. I think for Tammy Abraham, he gets his playing time. I think for Chelsea, they get their DM. I think for Declan Rice, he gets his dream move back to Chelsea. Everyone's a winner. And for Chelsea, without spending that much money. So it's a win-win-win-win-win, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. But Declan Rice, we'll see what happens. Personally, I think he will be leaving West Ham at some point, whether it's this summer or next summer or what. He will be leaving West Ham. That is a given. There's no way he's sticking around. And if you're looking at who gets the better deal, Chelsea or West Ham, Chelsea absolutely get the better deal because they get rid of a player that they're just not using and, you know, they set him free, so fair play. They don't have to spend that much money. And Declan Rice comes in and solves their DM crisis. Well, not crisis, but I mean, you know, an option there that we can use alongside an N'Golo Kante or whoever. It just sets us up very nicely. Whereas West Ham, yes, they get a striker. Is there guarantee he's going to be banging in goals every single week, though? No. They lose one of their best players in Declan Rice, too. Yes. So for West Ham, it could end up not being that good of a deal that they probably think it could turn into. But we'll see what happens anyway. Now, talking about DM. Talking about defensive midfielders, there is a rumour in and around a certain Gorginho about possibly leaving, which again would probably make room for Declan Rice to walk right into Chelsea Football Club. But let's check this one out. Again, quoted from Simon Phillips, who has given us the latest information on Gorginho. Here it is. Gorginho wants to return to Italy. If Napoli will have the will to bring him back to the squad, we will be well disposed. He costs 50 million euros and still has a 2-year contract. I think Abramovich will offer a renewal shortly anyway. And that came from the agent of Gorginho. And in brackets, yes, again. It's only yes, again, because this guy does not stop talking. Let's have it right. His agent just... I don't understand. I really, really don't understand how an agent can keep talking about his player in this manner for so long. We hear rumours he's leaving. We hear rumours he's staying. And then he's leaving. And then he's staying. And then he's leaving. And then he's staying. And now he's leaving again. But he might stay. Like, what is this agent actually trying to do? Is he so desperate for a contract to be offered, whether it's from Chelsea or from someone else, that he just keeps talking? Any Gorginho rumour you hear, there's been nothing from Gorginho, there's been nothing from Chelsea themselves, there's been nothing even from Napoli. It's all been his agent, which kind of leads me to believe he's just trying to get something done here, regardless if it's Chelsea or Napoli. He just wants a deal to happen somewhere. I think he's desperate. He probably hasn't seen a contract in front of him for quite a few months, and he's probably, getting eager to see one because he thinks he's losing business or something. I don't know. I can't speak for him. But this rumour just keeps coming and going. We need clarity here. Is Gorginho staying or not? That's what I want to know. Simple as that. Now, if he's not, as I've said, we got an option here. Declan Rice, bring him in. Absolutely. And Thomas Tuchel, which he's already publicly said, would love to go after in-league talent first before looking abroad. That is Thomas Tuchel. That's how he functions. He looks at talent in the same league first before looking elsewhere. So for Declan Rice, it's definitely in his favour. But is Gorginho staying or not? I reckon, if you're asking me, will he be staying? I'm going to predict and say that I reckon Gorginho will be leaving at some point. If it's not this summer, next summer. But at some point, Gorginho will go back to Italy. I think he'll definitely head back to Napoli. And Napoli are the team. He'll be back home. It's home for him. It's home. Proper home. So, send Gorginho home and then we bring Declan Rice home. Technically. Because he is a Chelsea boy. Well, was a Chelsea boy first before a West Ham boy. So, would you do that deal? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think of Tammy Abraham going to West Ham? Declan Rice possibly coming to Chelsea. Tammy Abraham being the make-weight for Declan Rice and a deal to Chelsea. Would you do that? Would you send Gorginho back to Napoli if the chance arose? Or do you think that Gorginho should stay at Chelsea and you would protect him at all costs? Let me know in the comment section what you would do. Thank you all so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. As I've said, check out all my social media links as you can see in the bar here and in the description below. Get 25% off any store-run products. Link in the description using the discount code YTF25 on their websites. Go over there, knock yourselves out and enjoy. I will see all of you tomorrow for the preview to Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. This is a must win. So it's going to be an intense preview. I will see all of you then for it. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.